Hello there, and welcome back everyone. My exploration cruiser, my bruiser I guess, my watchdog, I don't know what you want to call it at this point, is now assembled and ready to begin production. Although I did make some slight tweaks to the front there prior to the last recording, so I'll show you those in a brief moment when I actually find the ship. I actually decided to get rid of the damn front points there because they were too blocky and they kind of went against the sleek design. Also, I just adjusted the missile launchers just a little bit to make it more like an underbarrel type of gun for the front, rather than just be dead on center. And to be honest, I like the form a little bit more. Slight texture glitching and all that, but nothing I can't. Well, what the hell am I trying to say? It's nothing I'm not concerned with. It's pretty good as is. I like it more, and it fits with the agile form that the S-Track are gonna have. So, with that said, let's start building a handful of them. I don't know how many exactly I want, but we're going to have a handful of them. And am I reading that right? Is Draggy and all that having better production than my homeworld at the moment? Yeah, 6 turns versus 5. Wow. I really need to up the stakes. I need to up my game over at Aurora, I think. Mind you, it's only one planet, so I guess that's probably why. Ooh, and also, the hex is done. I could put my hive there, and hopefully that'll give me that little boost I need to enhance production further. That's the hope anyway. And if I can upgrade this further and replace this medical facility with something, which I'll be doing really damn soon, and I should be in good shape for having this be my main manufacturing world. But really, why does this have so much production? Oh, this is why. That explains it there. It has all this stuff. And I'm ready to put a hive down and make it even more ridiculous, I think. Also have a universal soil adapter, which, to be honest, I don't know where I want to put it. Especially since I haven't had access, I think, to a regular terraforming slot. Or at least I sure as hell don't remember what I had access to. So I'm going to assume all these water areas I can't build at. So I think I'll put one here in this region. And then if I get another one, I'll put it up here. And it will at the very least start connecting these regions together so I can get a little more optimal production. So's the hope. So is the hope, but we'll see how that goes. And otherwise, the campaign is going to be a little bit uneventful, I fear. Because until I get those in place to start enforcing my will to keep the rest of the factions out, I'm just going to be focusing on getting my infrastructure ready for such a conflict. So not a whole lot going to be going on for a time being, which suits me just fine. It just means you have to listen to me talk for several episodes of me just ranting to myself. Stroking my ego, as it were. I bet everyone's excited for that. I know I sure ain't. Okay, but the plan... Wait, did I... I think I adjusted the camera accidentally, but... We're going to continue to plan as normal. I don't think I care about diplomacy, because as soon as I start forcing these ships out, except for maybe the Kryklons, because I have an open borders pack, I'm going to be at war with them anyway. So having high diplomacy doesn't really impact anything at all. So give it a few turns, we'll be at war with the entire galaxy pretty soon, just because of how their AI behaves. Don't you worry one bit. So I want to continue. A main thing I want with these starbases, though, is to give me the vision. Ooh. Do I actually have one more? Yeah, I have one more because I ran a movement and it booted out, so... Maybe I can throw a little bit more on here. Just an agricultural relic or diplomatic outpost, maybe, if I care about it. Might influence enough. And Archeans, actually, I'm going to put a starbase right here to kind of force your territory back a little bit further. I am not sorry, but you'll get over it. You'll get over it soon enough. Actually, maybe I want the starbase to go over here, because it does have access to 2 modules, so, and I get 1 for free for each starbase I make, so maybe I want to do that. Use these constructors to start mass producing my starbases rapidly, to kind of, at least, lay out what my border is going to look like, for the most part. because I'm going to have a handful of them, and I'm pretty soon going to start mobilizing my military again, which I'm already doing with my cruisers. once the last batch of constructors are done. Only question is, do I have any blind spots for my starbases? I want to say no, except for maybe forcing the Taurians back a little bit further. That's the only thing I can think of. But I need to find a nice convenient spot for a starbase here that will enhance the influence of New Iconia. Since it is a capital world and all, it is going to benefit nicely from the extra influence, I think. Yeah, 1.8, and if I can give it a 50% boost or something like that, that's going to be pretty significant, so I will happily do that. Keep the culture going. I'll have to keep it on the possibility of a perimeter scanner at some point. But 1, 2 more starbases, and that surrounds the border here of what I have in mind. And sadly, as I found out with the graph, I have no way to determine what my actual growth return is, only what my actual influence is. So, I'm left to wonder if it's enough to compete with like 5 different races all at once. But nonetheless, I am in a very dominant position. Kryklons are loving me because of all the diplomacy boosts I've been accidentally giving myself, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's really true or not. But we are going to push forward. We're going to continue on with the influence. I probably should have got a perimeter scanner because that's like that's practically one of the starbases that are right next door to their homeworld. So it would have been useful to actually have a good eye on what they were doing. And no, let me get this starbase. I hit the wrong button. Wait, see an archaeology lab? Oh, that's from the manufacturing relic, which I don't care for, so forget about that. I do want a perimeter scanner, just so, because I don't really have any vision over here, so that'll be useful. Hive is done. I would love a little more terraform slots so I can give this more synergy boost. Especially, maybe well, actually I don't want to get rid of those science slabs, so ideally though, I would like to try and boost the raw production as much as I can and help keep that going. But otherwise, is there anything else I need? Well, just population growth and approval. This is really all it is. And I don't have an invitation center here, so that would actually be worth getting, which will solve my approval problem and continue to build up my benevolence, so I will happily take that. And it's out in the middle of nowhere, so it's not going to be like, it's not going to be in the way per se. So I think we're good. Also, do I want to look at mercenaries? Because there was one I had in mind, maybe. Let's see, 100% to military production. That sounds promising. And I actually can buy the Mixem, or do I wait until the Age of Ascension? I think it's going to be a while. Ooh, I take that back. I take that back entirely. I am really damn close to the Age of Ascension, so maybe I wait for that. Build up my production and get a massive war or a massive mercenary ship to help with my production, effectiveness, whatever I have in mind that I want to get. Because I haven't really looked at the Age of Ascension type of mercenary ships yet, so that might be worth doing. And what the hell is with this zigzagging of territory? How the hell did the Yor and the Iridians do that? Are they making formations? Are they doing a dance? What the hell is this? I am baffled by that. That's the first I've seen this anomaly. It's like the Aurora Borealis or something. You can't explain that. Although really we can explain the Aurora Borealis, can't we? I just haven't brushed up on my history of it very well, so feel free to virtually slap me in the face for that remark. I won't feel it. Anyways, Hive is done. We got a whopping 30% production on top of another 30% production, so we are swimming in production right now. What is left to do on this world? Really not a whole lot, besides maybe throw out this medical center pretty damn soon and replace with something useful. Ooh, Bureau of Labor. This doesn't really give me any benefits though, besides allowing me to adjust my production, which I don't feel is worth it because I like it balanced right now to get the most out of the raw production. So do I go with a factory to boost the raw production some more? Actually, I have another Hyperion thing. which will actually be very useful. So let me do that. Hyperion supply system. It's only going to get like 2 military levels, so that's not going to be too exciting. But if I should work towards a Mother Hive and get that upgrade as well. That way the level 2 synergy boost will be kind of effective for me once everything's upgraded. So I think that's the plan there. We're going to have one more starbase up here to kind of cover my blind spot a little bit. This may not be the best position for it, I'll admit. But I wasn't planning on having it too aggressive anyway. I just want to be able to make sure nothing sneaks by back here. And if I really need to, I could just throw another constructor up here, because I got a bunch more actually where that came from. I'm swimming in income, so I'm happy with that. I think with that said though, I want to keep that going if I can help it. Upgrade my market centers a little bit more, because what is it, Ren 2? It's almost done all its farms, and then I can go back to wealth focus in the raw production, and everything of that matter will actually be pretty significant for me. What is this population at? Oh, it's over cap, so... How the hell did I overcap, Ren 2? Can someone explain this to me? How the fuck did I overcap that? That baffles my mind a little bit. Because I'm just upgrading the farms right now, and I've had it since the beginning of the big game, right? That baffles my mind. I don't know what happened there. Nonetheless, it's actually doing well for me, but it makes me wonder if I want to get rid of the farms or not in that case, because it's not like I'm going to get more population out of it with these upgrades. Ooh, and the Kryklons are really starting to get assembled now. They have, like, how much logistics worth? Say, 33 logistics worth of Fireflies, so that is pretty damn formidable, I have to say. Although, my military is rapidly expanding and evolving, and they are pushing my territory back. So, there is going to be a bit of a conflict. But they still love me. I'm still training with them. They see me as a warmonger. No one cares. No one cares because no one's actually building any forces to fight me. Just look. Even a neutral race has nothing but scout ships. Nothing with any military might, and we're almost at the age of ascension for crying out loud. At least I am. I can't comment about everyone else though. And I think, yeah, I need more influence over here. Just a little bit more to start pushing back, because it looks like my Starbases is not enough. Ooh, what Starbase is this? A Deep Space 5. Do I have a Starbase here to... Do I have a constructor? Yeah, I have a constructor, so maybe I can move that somewhere. Is there somewhere I could put that? Yes, I can. Perfect. It won't let me, though, but... Oh, that's because this one's here. So I'll have to wait until the next turn for that. 50% food growth, so... If I was overpopulation before then, I'm not now. Because I have that going for me. More terraforming. How do we get access to the next hive? Let's see, Gaia theory. Oh, I have to go all the way to the... I seriously have to go all the way to the Age of Ascension? I figured it was a little bit quicker than that. Damn. I sorely overestimated, or underestimate, how quickly I could get that. Either way, it's still going to be pretty damn valuable. What do I go for next? Because I got a crap ton of infrastructure going for me. Is there anything... Ooh, economic benefits. So, I like that. I'm just wondering what I should go for. Ship range, that sounds... A lot of these are really damn quick, so maybe I should go for some of this. Reduce mass. Yeah, I'm going to go with the really quick researches there, get that done, out of the way. And it'll hopefully benefit my entire army as it's being built too. Although 5% mass there, it's not significant unless I upgrade my ships though. Which will be corrected soon, and I apparently have 20% ship range. 10%, yeah, 10% should be at this planet specifically, and then another percent globally if I understand correctly. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. Nonetheless, what's left to do here? Just birthing subsidies, which I guess I'm willing to kind of max out my growth if there's some. How much is it? We double the population growth. Perfect. So we're getting half a point of population anyway. I don't know if it's a million or a billion or what. You know it has to be a lot of population at least, right? Anything below a billion is kind of a disappointment, I would argue, considering how fast some of these worlds are. So nothing else to do here either. That still has plenty of population left to go, so I'm going to happily... Ooh, I didn't realize that there's a passive production we could do to kind of keep approval going. That is interesting. And that's another 70% population boost there, which also practically doubles it to 0.5, so we're doing good here. Okay, so where the hell was I? Oh yeah, we were plotting the demise of the entire galaxy there by focusing on how to increase my population growth and production, so we are effectively doing that there. I think it's safe to proclaim. And it won't be long now. 2 more turns, I guess, till my first roamer is built. Ooh, next turn even. So, how the hell is this? This was 6... Oh, that's because it was building a constructor, that's why. That's why it got delayed more. That's my mistake. I'm an idiot for thinking that would have been faster. So, won't be long until we start assembling them. I think I might get 6 or 7 of them and then start showing people a door. Because if they're not gonna show some military strengths, then I might as well force them to fight me now to make things interesting. So that's the hope anyway. I doubt it's gonna work as well as I like, but I'm gonna try regardless. And if I lose as a result of going to war with everyone, then I'm blaming the YouTube channel, because I'm doing this to try to be entertaining. I'm trying to do this to not be a nice boring little series of me just sitting here letting my influence grow and have to do nothing at all. And our first capital ship is done. Perfect. Although it's nothing like that ship. The Marauders come with you an opportunity. So they want me to declare war on the Yor. I don't care about what these races have. I'm gonna go with them just fine if they're in my territory. That's the only rule I'm gonna place upon myself. And besides, I can't even reach the Yor with my warships, can I? No, I cannot, so what is the point of me going to war with them again? Aside for the free tech, I don't think I care enough to do that. But we have our scout ships moving. I'm gonna start getting these worms out in better position. We're gonna have vision of this territory, of this border, and what the hell are the Taurians doing? They're colluding in this corner of the galaxy, I have to say. Out in the middle of nowhere where no one's the wiser. I'm starting to get paranoid. They're conspiring against me, folks. I think that's what's going on. And it looks like the Iridian and your territories are actually starting to look sane again. Although, how the hell do we have this straight line? Ah! Not all Taurians are getting in on this action. What the hell is going on? There must be a starbase or a plan in this fog of war. That's the only thing I can think of. And it somehow has enough influence to actually push everything back. That's the only thing I could think of. And it baffles me a little bit. Nonetheless, take a look at my brand new cruiser. Whoops. Once the camera scroll starts to cooperate, damn it. Because the more I zoom in, the faster it scrolls on me. It reminds me a lot of my Hornet, if you remember that. Which I swear I did not plan it that way. I planned it for a sleek, mobile type of battle cruiser is really all it is. And I guess it has a striking resemblance to my Hornet. Which is very same concept, very same shape. Probably a little more flatter. Well, not flatter, but a little more, not as long, I guess. That would be that's my first impressions on it, so hopefully it performs admirably. Hopefully it performs as well as I would like of it. And I need more influence on my plans somehow to try and push back this territory. Because I do not want to be threatened back to losing some of my worlds. And come to think of it, I had completely forgot about Cryset Beta. I forgot I even had a world in this territory. I'm ashamed to admit. But now, that begs the question, what's the best thing I can do for this world? In all honesty. Probably more income. Get some more population. Try and get something going, I'm not sure what. I honestly not sure what to do with this world, because if I build a shipyard and try and build ships out of it, it's not going to do much, so that means there's no real point for production until I can get it back in my territory. But since I have such good relations, I guess I could get away with it regardless. Ooh, ion optimization, I love that thought. So much specializations we can get, including better sensor array, which would be ideal too, especially for Starbase. So let's just start enhancing some of the cheaper ones, because they're only 2 turns, right? They're only 2 turns, no one's the wiser. Keep the influence back you foul orange monster, you foul orange beast. I will not have you threaten the safety of my world, or at least my grasp on this world, because I don't really care about the populace, do I? Am benevolent, for crying out loud. Even though I do have something that increases my morale, although in a little bit of a violent manner, but it still works. And I need 35 points before I can get my second or my third benevolent point. Ooh, did that research already finish? I swear I did that last turn. So, ooh, I would love more hull, but health is also ideal. I would love more hull. I just love throwing more stuff on my ship, but I think health is most important for me to kind of offset what I lost a little bit. And also, I'm going to have to seriously look into how I can improve my evasion. I think that's my biggest strength, and I need to capitalize on it, even though it may not necessarily be needed. We'll have to see. We'll have to see there, because if I can get to 50% evasion, ideally, especially if I can get it passively or 40% passively, that would be amazing. It's practically doubling the health of my ships there. And then I can add extra health on top of that and other stuff to increase their longevity. Especially if I can get some jamming equipment on top of that. Then evasion is going to start getting ridiculous if I can break past the 50% evasion. Oh god. Imagine how durable they'd be then, especially against railguns or anything that has less accuracy at least. All my ships would basically be one-man wrecking crew at that point, especially if it's a large-scale ship. And I don't need a mine ring for here, so we're just going to go with the usual setup. Start pushing Taurians back, give me a little bit of sensor coverage, and I'll just leave a lot of these on guard. And my roamers, I think I'll have them in pairs 3 at a time, ideally. So actually, let me go have it join up with this one here, and then I'll have another one building next turn. Perfect. That'll be my first squad of 3. New Iconia, the terraforming is done. Let's see, I want to put a hive here. That was the original plan, so population is still growing. I have a hospital for that. So, I think really what I do is just put another factory here, and then I'll put a hive here to get benefit from that 30%, maybe, what is it? Yeah, it's 25% synergy boost, so that'll be pretty damn good. Crux is done building, but 10 turns to build a roamer. That's gonna take a while. So, not too excited about the prospect of having this built for me. What is Crux anyway? I forget. A bit of a mess of everything, quite frankly. It lacks the terraform slots to really optimize, get the most out of that hive. Unfortunately. Oh, I have a soil adapter, so that'll help some, so let me put it here. Start utilizing that, and I can leave that research lab there because it gives me a manufacturing bonus, so I'm okay with that. Does that mean the hive's benefiting from it, I wonder? Yeah, I'm getting 3 synergy boosts, so that research lab is perfectly fine there. I will happily take that. Now, won't be much longer now, because what, next turn, my roamer will finish here. We'll have our first squad to start pushing people out. But like I said before, I want to wait until I have 6 of them before I start aggressively showing people the door. And I have 1 module left here, so perimeter scanner is. Ooh, and I have access to sector scanner. I forgot about that. So, do I need it for the Kryklons? I don't think I do, but I do still need to push back this territory somehow. Need to aggressively start pushing this back, especially near my world. Because I don't want to have to put another military barracks on the ground, military academy, to keep it from culture flipping. Because it means less value, less production. Especially for Christ at Beta, I don't even know what to expect from this world. And let's see. It is maxed out, so I guess the most I can get out of it is just food to get more raw production out of it, hopefully. Whereas, well, for research, I'm not sure what I want. So, what is this mess that's going on here? Why did Yor have so much territory and they have a little bit out here? I do not understand this rainbow of influence that's going on down here, and I need to uncover the secrets. How the hell are these 3-4 races? Because the Terran Alliance technically are involved in this. They just have no influence of their own to kind of add to the mix. I gotta figure out this mystery. Stay tuned.